We create jobs and make entrepreneurial dreams come true. ACE, a nonprofit community lender, specializes in small business loans coupled with business advisory services. ACE has loaned more than $39 million, helped over 725 business owners fulfill their dreams, and ACE has helped its clients create or retain more than 6,200 jobs. These are the stories of those businesses we've helped reach success and claim their American dream.
Welcome to ACE's Best Stories. I'm your host, Eric Holtzgall. Each week we bring you the story of an entrepreneurial journey or a small business owner who is making it. We're talking today with Nicole Wimpy. She is what I would consider a parallel entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Serial means you're doing them one at a time. Parallel means you're doing a lot at once. And so we're about to read all of these different companies and talk about how they kind of came to be. So Jolie Day Spa and Salon, the Dahlonega Marketplace Events, yes?
Events venue.
Venue. And then also Gold City Growlers.
Beer and wine shop, craft beer and wine.
So you've got three things going on.
So different, yeah.
Talk to me about each of the businesses, like what they do, and then how they're potentially related to each other.
Yeah,
they don't have to be.
Yeah. So my firstborn is Jolie Day Spa and Salon, full service salon and spa, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, body treatments, eyelash extensions. Manicures, pedicures, I already say that, hair, makeup. We have quite a large bridal business. So Dahlonega has become, I think the last statistic I heard was the top 10 wedding destination in the Southeast.
Oh, wow.
So our bridal business keeps us very busy. So on weekends, like today, we had a party of 15 ladies that came in this morning and did manicures and pedicures and massages, and then, went off for their bridesmaids luncheon. And so that's a typical Friday. We'll have several parties in for kind of the spa services. And then on Saturday, they come in and we do their hair and their makeup and all of that for the day of services. Okay. We also travel off-site to the different venues. So I actually have several different teams that we will send. And so the scheduling and logistics and travel time and all of that gets kind of tricky, trying to figure out your supplies and what you need and what you don't need. And
so what is the draw? I mean, I know the area very well, but what's the draw to the area? Is it the kind of the new?
Oh gosh, it's just beautiful.
It is beautiful. And there's all the new wineries.
Yeah, we have, I want to say 12 wineries in Dahlonega. And, we're at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. It's just God's country. So what's not to love about that? It's still very rural, but we are within an hour's drive of Atlanta. And so, convenient to the airport for travel, easy access, but you just feel like you're a million miles away. And, we still have that very southern charm that everyone is looking for, very historical. The downtown square of Dahlonega is just beautiful with the historic courthouse in the middle and all the shops and restaurants and, the dining and the lodging. And it's just great. It's very family friendly. The area, we have the college is there. So we have the younger. We also have military is of course, the university is a military college, so the Ranger camp is there. It's a big retirement community, so the demographics just create very unique, I guess. Place. Yeah.
So before we go on to the other companies, I want to talk about getting into that one. So what was your background before you decided to open this up?
Yeah, so I've always loved the beauty industry, and growing up just doing everybody's hair. Let me braid your hair. Let me polish your nails. And after college, I went to the university for accounting. So that's kind of my background. But when my daughter was little. Just kind of wanted to incorporate that too. So went to here in Atlanta, International School of Skin and Nail Care. And I worked in a little salon part-time while she was little, but, never had a ton of experience in a salon. So, after working in the accounting field for years and years and years, when the economy, 2008, I was downsized.
Okay.
So then what?
Right.
What do we do now? And so I knew I didn't want to do another tax season, just the countless hours. And of course, looking back on that now as an entrepreneur, it's like, oh my gosh, I wish it was just a season. Now it's the 24/7,
right.
365.
You just think. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, what was I thinking? So anyway, we had the opportunity to kind of partner with, not financially, but in a space with an established salon, extremely established, over 30 years, huge clientele. So we had, a space in with their salon where we did a build out and had, it was a beautiful salon. And really, that was kind of our stepping stone to where we are now.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And so that back, you just decided after you downsized, I'm going to do something different, something with less hours.
Right. Yeah.
That may or may not be what you tell me later is one of the myths of entrepreneurship. Yeah. We work 120 hours a week, so we don't have to work 40 hours a week, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so then you have Dahlonega Marketplace events space?
Yeah. So in 2011, we were had the opportunity to expand into our original. Let me back up. Our original location was in Dawsonville, Georgia, which is the next town over.
Yep.
On 400. And so we had the opportunity to expand into a location in Dahlonega, right on the square, which is, our hometown where our friends and family and everybody is. And so that's where ACE came into play and helped us purchase our second location. And just had an amazing experience with them, and just unlike any experience we had prior with other lenders, just the support and they just made everything so easy.
Yeah. And
of course we've had countless encounters like that since with all the businesses, but that was our first experience. So expanded into Dahlonega. Within 6 months, we expanded that space to additional suites.
Yeah, but getting into that space, why did you decide to do that? What was that extension for? Because you had the day spa, right?
Right. So we added a salon. So our initial location was just a spa.
Got it.
No hair services at all. Okay. So we added a salon and had more of a retail space, our front desk area, waiting area. And then after being there for just a while, we realized what a better location that was for us. Right in the heart of downtown Dahlonega, the tourism. Dahlonega is also the second most visited city in the state of Georgia, behind Savannah.
Oh, wow.
So our tourism is just fantastic. The college is right there within walking distance. Of course, I'm very local. I've lived there my entire life. So, all my friends and family. So it's just definitely a better fit for us. So, we were there. And then that same year, 2012, the opportunity, one of our clients and good friends, she owned the Dahlonega Marketplace and was going to sell. And because of our bridal, the bridal portion of our business, we just saw an opportunity there to really expand that, have our own venue to work with all of the brides and the bridal we were already working with Jolie.
Okay.
In addition to, I love hosting events. I love, welcoming you into my space. That's kind of the premises behind Jolie, and pampering you and having a good time and throwing a great party and all of that. So just kind of went hand in hand with everything. And it's literally the next building or across the square.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's very convenient.
Location was great too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it makes it easier when you're doing multiple businesses that you can manage them that close to each other. Yeah. And so talk to me about Dahlonega Marketplace and Events. So yeah, it's one of the oldest buildings on the square, very historical. I think we even have a ghost in there. We're on the ghost. You have a ghost.
We're on the ghost tour, and so just lots of history there. Has the original hardwood floors.
Oh, wow.
The original brick. It's just beautiful. Very high ceilings, one big open space. Perfect for rehearsal dinners and weddings and receptions and birthday parties, New Year's Eve parties, anniversary parties, you name it, baby showers.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything. We also do business meetings there. The college uses it a lot for different functions, the fraternities and sororities for their socials and formals. And it's great because it's right on the square. It's just convenient to everything. Park your car, stay the weekend, don't even get in your car again. Within walking distance, like I said, to all the restaurants and shopping and all that.
Sounds like scheduling of things and keeping up with what's moving in and out and where it's going is a big part of your job.
Yeah, scheduling. Our schedule book is in front of my face a lot, trying to figure out who's doing what and who's going where and how we need to finish all this in a timely manner. And so, yeah, it's fun. It's a big puzzle.
Yeah, I owned a research company for a period of time, and I was the only person who could schedule. We had about 30 people, and we ran 6 different teams, and they would have to call me. Now, to grow the business, I had to figure out how to give that to someone. But for a period of time, it was like in my head in a spreadsheet. I was like, yes, we can do that, or no, we can't. I just kind of knew it instinctively. And that background in kind of bookkeeping and that accounting, that's helpful for that.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
So I'm able to do my own payroll, sales tax, financials.
Okay.
So,
well, when we get back, I want to talk a little bit because there's a third business.
Right.
Which sounds like it's related, but maybe different. So I want to talk about how that third business came to be.
Sure.
And then the concept of running all 3 businesses. Do you run them as individual entities? Is it like you're using resources across them? Because it's, you're told very successful business owners have multiple businesses. Like that's a truth. 7 income streams is what most billionaires have. 7 income streams. But it's kind of hard to manage, right? So
almost halfway there.
You're halfway there. So if you're halfway to $1 billion, we want to find out what your secret is. So we'll be back in just a second. You're listening to Ace's Best Stories. I'm your host, Eric Holtzcott. We're talking today with Nicole Wimpy, who is a very, very, very busy person. She has Jolie Day Spa and Salon, Dahlonega Marketplace Events. Am I saying that second one right?
Events venue.
Events venue. And then also Gold City Growlers, which we haven't talked about yet, but we have some Growlers.
We're going to partake.
We'll be back in just a minute.
If it wasn't for ACE, my business may have closed in 1 year.
If it wasn't for ACE, my business wouldn't be expanded as much as it's expanding right now. They were there for me at the time of my need.
If it wasn't for ACE, we would not be here today.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for ACE, I would very much still be cooking at an hourly rate, and I would have never impacted hundreds of lives and an entire community.
I still remember going to different kind of banks, big banks, and with papers, and these people send me back because I don't have, I had experience in the restaurant business, but I don't have, everything else this bank needed, and I believe in me.
I did the research in Adult Day I had experienced it personally because my grandfather had Alzheimer's. So I wanted to do the business myself, get into it because I knew I could make a difference.
Initially, when we started, there was only one person, which would be me. And then the company I've grown from 1% to 8, and we provide quality assurance, quality control testing for FDA-regulated companies.
I think Grace not only completely understands what it's like to start off in an office connected to your laundry room or wherever she was, but she also understands the growth process, and I think that she does an excellent job of making sure that everybody who works with ACE has an understanding of the kind of struggles and celebrations that you can have.
ACE has helped us with putting our business idea into the market, working with us with the business, actually showing us, guiding me personally, how to solve some of my marketing issue problems or with the business planning.
You don't meet many lenders that are invested in your success. And, you know, from their classes or presentations, seminars, they really do have a vested interest in your success.
The best advice I can do to small business owners is follow your dreams. You know, always follow your dreams, follow your heart.
Have a plan. Just because you have a passion for it doesn't mean that you can start a good business.
Get ready for the ride of your life, and definitely make sure that you look out for fantastic resources like ACE.
ACE is the way to go.
You're just the best. They really are.
You're listening to Ace's Best Stories. I'm your host, Eric Holtzclaw, and today I am talking to the business magnet of Dahlonega, Nicole Wimpy. She is what we call a parallel entrepreneur. I am also a parallel entrepreneur. You used to say serial, which means you do one business at a time, which is sane. Parallel means you're doing multiple businesses at the same time. So she has 3 businesses on the square in Dahlonega, which is a very popular tourist city spot here for people who visit who are from Georgia or outside. She has Jolie Day Spa and Salon. She also, I almost said saloon. That's what we're moving to next. The Dahlonega Marketplace and Events. And then she's also got Gold City Growlers. And so we talked a little bit in the first segment about the first 2 businesses, and then Gold City Growlers.
Yeah, so that one just kind of came to me one day. So our events venue in Dahlonega, because we are not a restaurant, we're just an events venue. You come, you rent our space, you hire your own caterer, so they come in. The city of Dahlonega, whenever we purchased the marketplace, they would not allow us or permit us an alcohol permit to sell the alcohol to our guests. The law or the rule was, and it still is, they bring in their own alcohol. So that just was huge liability for us. You end up with brides, Jack Daniels dancing on the tables and, just kind of got out of control. And we just,
And bringing in their own alcohol, were they bringing it in and serving it to themselves, or were they bringing a bartender in? Or?
No. Well, City also says for every 75 guests, you are required to have a licensed bartender.
Okay.
So, we would have one there anyway, but it just not having the control and then not having the sale of that, not capturing the sale, and the city's not capturing the revenue from that either, which is, just insanity to me. But So anyway, right next to our spa, there was another suite that became available in 2014. And I said, I know exactly what I want to put there. Let's, one, capture some more tourism and the concept of a retail store on the square. Second of all, let's capture this alcohol revenue on our own without having a restaurant. So if you rent our events venue and want alcohol at your event, you have to purchase it through our beer store.
Got it. So that helped you to bridge that gap.
It bridged the gap until we have more control over what's being brought in, the consumption, how much people are consuming, just the liability that we're under. We're in one of the oldest buildings on the square. And not only is it old, it's upstairs.
Oh, wow.
2 flights upstairs.
Wow.
So, it's beautiful. It overlooks the whole downtown area, but, it creates a definite danger, especially when there's alcohol involved.
Right.
So just to kind of protect ourselves, protect, our business.
So talk me through that. So Gold City Growlers, because I know the concept of a growler, right? Mm-hmm. So you have them here, which
right.
is it's a beer concept, right?
It is.
And you go in and you have a thing you can fill up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have, and again, Gold City Growlers is not a restaurant and we're not a bar. The city has classified us as a convenience store.
Okay.
So we have 20 beers on tap, all fresh craft beer. These are the Growlers. This is a 64 ounce. We also have 32 ounce. So the glass you purchase, if you don't already have a growler, if you do, you just bring it in, we wash it and fill it up for free, plus the purchase of the fill. The glass is $6, and then you can do a tasting. These are little tasting glasses here.
Yeah.
And then you decide what you want, and we fill it up. We seal it. There's a little plastic seal on there, and you take it home. So
I wish when picking wine, I wish that's how you could pick wine. That you could taste it and then buy the bottle.
Yeah.
Because picking by the label doesn't always help.
Right. Well,
saying.
We live in the wine country in Dahlonega, so we're used to going to the wineries and being able to taste it and take it home. So it's a similar concept, just with craft beer.
Yeah. And so that then did that get you a liquor license, which means you could bring in other things, or people are just drinking that product in your venue? Does that question make sense?
Yeah, it does. So we, because we're not a winery, we're not a family farm. We're not producing this beer ourselves. We purchase it from distributors. So initially, the city had us giving away our tastings, which was really hard for the last few years, to give away your product every single day. Just recently, in the past few weeks, they are allowing us to sell our tastings, which is called a flight.
Yeah, okay.
So you can buy, it's 4 2-ounce tastings for $6, and you can sit in the growler, taste your flights and choose which beer you like, and we'll fill it up in the growler and you take it home to enjoy it home.
So, but does that allow you, because you talked about it being a way for you to bring alcohol into your venue?
The venue. So we have different packages. Our events package that is for beer and wine. And because we have access to all of the distributors, it's not just craft beer. So if you want a keg of Bud Light,
it just opens
pretty
it up
much.
for you.
Yeah. So we can order whatever you want. Most people that come to the growler, love craft beer. So it's definitely about half and half, I would say. Of course, then we have the wine packages. And that's one thing I wanted to mention too, because we are a growler and not a winery, we're only allowed to have the tastings for the beer, but not the wine. So we're not like a winery where you could come in and do a wine tasting. We can't do that at all. You could buy it off the shelf, but you could come and do the flight.
So one thing that you've sort of glossed over as we've talked about your story is, so you have a day spa, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the event space.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Growler space. Every one of those, for anyone listening, doesn't know it. There's lots of rules and regulations and laws and stuff you have to do to be in any one of those.
Right. So with the salon, of course, we have state board
but how did you know what you needed to do for each one of those businesses?
Well, the salon, you go take your state board test. You know, you're trained for what the state board looks for whenever they come into your salon. You know, sanitation and your implements, your tools, where everything needs to be. So, and then with the marketplace, mostly it's just, you know, liability, making sure everybody's safe. Having a good time. You know, like I said, we're in the oldest building, original hardwood floors. The very first bride we had took her shoes off to dance and got a 3-inch splinter in her foot. The EMTs had to come to her reception and pull the splinter out. And that was a big eye opener. So that went straight into our policies. You know, keep your shoes on. Don't let your guests take off their shoes. Or if they do, you know, bring flip-flops or something for them to wear. So
it's funny. Every policy and procedure and employee thing comes from some experience. Typically.
So, and then with the Growler, a lot of it, you know, with the alcohol, is your local and state, governings. So, and we have worked really closely with our city council, and you know, they didn't know what to do with us. They had never heard of a Growler shop. They don't want bars, you know, in Dahlonega. You know, without being a restaurant, you can't really even serve alcohol. So they just weren't sure where to place us. So we've worked the last several years in just, you know, educating, and you know, we're not wild and crazy. We just want to capture some revenue for our city and for our events venue, and kind of bring something cool and unique to the town as well.
Very nice. And so as you work and look at these 3 different businesses, do you think about those businesses as like one thing? Are you using employees and resources across them, or do they have very separate, or they treated very separately?
They're pretty separate. Yeah, they're very unique, all in their own. You know, as far as, say, an open house for Jolie, because the space is so great and it's right next door. You know, we host our open houses there. You know, we use the facility for Christmas parties and things like that. But, you know, as far as the day-to-day, they're very, very different. The Growler has 1 employee, and the marketplace doesn't have any.
Okay.
So Jolie, we employ about anywhere from 15 to 20.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the event space doesn't have any employees?
No. Well, Nana and Granddaddy. Our tribe.
That.
Yeah, our tribe. Awesome. Grandmama and Pop. I don't know what we would do without them, but yeah,
so they help you run that.
They help us do everything from, you know, taking out the trash, opening the door, meeting a bride, meeting a caterer, you know, washing the linens. They're just really instrumental in that. My mom works with me at the spa pretty much every day. She just loves it. She's a little social butterfly and definitely a family affair. My husband runs the Growler shop, so he's there, and he has 1 employee, so that works part-time. But yeah.
So what's next?
Definitely. Oh my gosh.
What's the next business?
I don't know. You know, I think about it all the time. My brain never stops with all the ideas, but I'm thinking something, I don't know, real estate, properties, property rental. There's a huge shortage of lodging in Dahlonega. So because of, you know, it's just such an attraction and tourism and the weddings. So, you know, some rental properties or something like that we could also tie into the marketplace. So when we rent the marketplace to a bride, we can rent that space to our family.
I love that. I love how you thought about them all sort of together. Because when they were listed together, I was
What in the world?
curious, but the connection makes a lot of sense. And that works really well to kind of think of a nucleus and to spin things around it. So, well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish the best of luck of it.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you've been listening to Ace's Best Stories. We're talking to Nicole Wimpy. She is owner of Jolie Day Spa and Salon, Dahlonega Marketplace Events, and Gold City Growlers up in historic Dahlonega, Georgia. Of course, you should visit them all if you're up there.
Yes, please come see us.
And tune in next week to the next Ace's Best Story. I'm your host, Eric Holtzclaw. We bring you a story each week of an entrepreneur, small business person along their journey of building their best business.